Chelsea should have been celebrating the emergence of a new dynamic duo, and if Cole Palmer had not missed a stoppage-time sitter, they still would have done. Sign up for the Chelsea newsletter. Thank you. Chelsea threw away a 2-goal lead as they collapsed against Leeds as Cole Palmer missed a sitterCredit. Getty. The visitors fought back for a point in their battle to beat relegationCredit. Reuters. Instead, the Blues were left to rue, conceding 2 ridiculous goals that somehow allowed Leeds back into the game. Palmer set up Joao Pedro beautifully for the opener and then converted a penalty won by the Brazilian, just as he had done twice while on his way to a hat-trick in the weekend win over Wolves. By combining for 4 goals in 4 days, they were looking every bit like the new Frank Lampard and Didier Drogba. But the Chelsea of the Lampard and Drogba era would never have let a game slip like this. Read more in football. The current Blues' season-long habit of dropping points from winning positions, especially at home, returned with a vengeance. First, Moises Caicedo gave away a silly penalty for a foul on Jadon Bogle, which Lucas Enmeka converted. Then a suddenly nervous Chelsea defense allowed Bogle to create panic again and substitute Noah Okafor equalized. Palmer fired over from 3 yards in the 94th minute and Leeds had a point for their show of character. Most read in football. Best free bets and betting sign-up offers, but they should never have had the chance to snatch it. The lovely opening goal was totally out of keeping with the game up until that point. Both teams had seemed content to stage their own reenactment of the brutal 1970 FA Cup final replay between the two clubs. Well, as far as changes in the laws of football and assault allowed, things started well for Chelsea when Joao Pedro fired them ahead. Credit. Getty. Cole Palmer doubled Chelsea's lead on what looked to be a glorious night. Credit. Getty. It was niggly, tedious stuff, with 2 bookings apiece in the opening quarter. Then Andre Santos found Palmer astutely between the lines and the Blues' number 10 rolled a perfectly weighted pass into the path of Pedro. The Brazilian seemed to have overrun it, but produced a deft little jab to lift the ball past Carl Darlow. It was a carbon copy of the goal Palmer laid on for Pedro in the Club World Cup final, which promised so much before Palmer's injury problems. The England star soon showed his more human side, shooting poorly at Darlow when a pass would have been better, then taking too long to shoot. A silly foul from Moises Caicedo allowed Leeds to pull one back from the penalty spot. Credit. Getty. Some terrible defending soon after allowed Leeds to level the score. Credit. Shutterstock editorial. Chelsea were in total control and passed the ball around well at times, with Pedro and Estevao both firing wide from half chances. Leeds had done absolutely nothing in attack from open play. Little changed after the break, and after Estevao sent another effort off target, visiting boss Daniel Farke took off one of his centre-backs and threw on Okafor. Almost immediately Joao Pedro seemed to throw away any chance his team had of coming back. Liam Rossinier was furious with Chelsea's capitulation. Credit. Alamy. Leeds were thrilled to peg the Blues back and earn a point. Credit. Reuters. Just like Wolves' Yerson Mosquera at the weekend, Pedro needlessly pushed Pedro over with both hands. Palmer duly scored the penalty and it should have been all over bar the fighting. Instead, Caicedo pointlessly brought down Bogle and Enmeka converted. Ridiculously, it was soon 2-2. Bogle went bundling through again, spun Josh Ike-Mpong and seemed to be brought down by Robert Sanchez. But the ball broke to Okafor, who tapped into an empty net. Chelsea substitute Pedro Neto hit a cross that curled all the way past the far post, then Pedro headed another delivery from the Portuguese onto the bar. Recommended stories. When a fine move ended with Caicedo sending the ball across the 6-yard box, Palmer seemed certain to bag his 5th goal in 2 games. But somehow he missed and another 2 points slipped away from Chelsea. There was plenty of drama to come as Palmer missed an open goal at the death credit, PA. The Chelsea ace could not believe his dreadful miscredit, Alamy comments.